Yes, nurses here in Ireland have more off, but hi guys, it's PJ Toyo Nurse on call for today and welcome to Pinoy Nurse Adventure. Well, today we will talk about the things that you need to know in your contract. Well, this series of videos will explain the different things you need to fully understand before deciding or signing that offer letter. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell para masaya lang. Thank you. Anyway, there are loads of videos about the salary of nurses here in Ireland. Though it is a very important and it is a very big factor in your decision making, I also think that you need to know the other parts or the benefit inside that contract.
Paano masabi?
It's not only the salary that you need to know before signing that precious contract. Let's say, for example, that you have the highest salary in the world stated in that contract, but you need to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the whole year. Well, patay naman tayo dyan. That's a very extreme example, but I think you got what I mean.
Okay.
Well, today we will start talking about your leave. Yes. And here we can include the annual leave, the sick leave, the study leave, maternity/paternity leave, compassionate leave, and lastly is your unpaid leave. Well, in this entitlement, everything is the same for each and everyone aside from the maternity and paternity leave, which we will discuss later on, probably towards the end of this video. So every nurse here in Ireland is eligible to have a leave. The average leave entitlement is 25 days per year for full-time employees. Well, here in Ireland, they like to compute it in hours, so it will be 195 hours total plus the bank holiday. Bank holidays are public holidays that are specified by the government, and for this year of 2022, we have a total of 10 bank holidays. Well, if you're working on a shifting basis, you can add the bank holiday hours to your leave entitlement. But if you only work on weekdays, then the bank holidays are given during that day of the holiday. Well, usually the bank holidays are celebrated every Monday, so long weekend. Here we come! If you might say that, what, only 25 days? That's too short and not even a month. Yes, you're correct. But your leave is only used in the time that you should be at work. Meaning, if you are contracted for 39 hours a week, then your 1 week leave is only 39 hours and not 7 days. So, do you get me? So, let's say, example, you wanted to have a month off of 1 month, which is roughly about 4 weeks and 3 days. Then, instead of computing it as 31 days, you will compute it as 39 hours times 4 weeks plus 3 days. Here in Ireland, that 3 days can just be your day off, so we can actually disregard it. So let's say 39 hours times 4 equals 156 hours. So if you look at the leave entitlement is 195 hours, so it is much more than that, more than a month, because you still have 39 hours remaining out of your 195 hours. Plus don't forget the bank holidays. Yes, nurses here in Ireland have more off, but mind you guys, there are departmental policies in your work that you should look at. In some hospitals, they don't allow their staff to take all their annual leave in one go and advises them to use it gradually all throughout the year. So it is your job to look into it. But one thing is for sure, if you talk to your managers politely and explain your situation, more or less they will definitely allow it. So it's worth the risk, di ba? Now let's go to the sick leave. Well, sick leave entitlement is only given to staffs who are finished with their probation period, which is usually after 6 months. Well, sick leave are categorized into two. One is certified, two is the uncertified sick leave. Well, in my experience, we are allowed to have 4 uncertified sick leave in a year, up to 2 months of certified sick leave in a year. Well, hopefully you won't need to use it, but if needs be, then it is there for us to use. Next is the study leave. These are given to staffs who are sponsored by their hospital to undertake some education to further their career. I have not personally used this one, but you should talk to your hospital HR about it and learn more. Next is compassionate leave. In the event that you have lost a family member, hopefully wag naman sana, it is automatically given to a staff. For immediate family, they give 3 days, and for close relative, they give 1 day. So you just need to inform your manager or your head about it, and then you'll be qualified. Next is unpaid leave. In here, formal letter should be handed over to your manager or to your HR. May it be of any cost. It's still the discretion of the hospital if they will grant it or not. But good thing is that this is still an option for us if ever we need it. Lastly is the maternity leave or paternity leave. Paternity leave usually is given to a new father, which ranges from 7 to 10 days depending on your hospital policy. And for maternity leave, it usually starts at the last trimester of the pregnancy if given a medical certificate for complicated or at-risk pregnancy. But usually, the leave entitlement starts from immediately a few days or a few weeks before the child is birth. It usually lasts for 26 weeks, which are paid. Is paid and can be extended for another 16 weeks, which is unpaid. And also, she can also use her annual leave to extend it as she likes. Well, this entitlement depends on the hospital. Most hospital requires the employee to be working in the hospital for 2 full years before the delivery of a child before they can redeem this entitlement. But that's really good. Well, that's it for this video. If you learned something new and you think that it's very useful, please hit that like button and that subscribe button. And if you also think that this video will help a fellow nurse, then share this video to your friends or family. Lastly, consider clicking that notification bell so that you'll be updated on our next video. Thank you. So once again, si PJ To, your nurse on call for the day. Thank you so much and see you next time. Bye!